There is this free game on the Play Store or the App Store called Space Flight Simulator, in which you can build your own rocket and launch it into outer space. It has very realistic physics for launching and landing and space travel. So let's get into it. This is the first video on this app. So for today, I think we'll crash a rocket into the surface of the moon. For that, we need to make a rocket first. We'll have a three-stage rocket, with the first stage being the booster rocket, which will help to boost a rocket into the lower orbit of the Earth. We'll cover the entire rocket with some fairings for better aerodynamic stability. And I'll tell you more about the different parts of the rocket as we go along. Now our rocket is ready and in the flesh. This looks like something. And this is our planet Earth, and our mission is go to moon. We can go way further into different planets of the solar system and even the sun. This is going to be covered in another video in which we try to land on the surface of the sun. So let's try and land on the surface of the moon or crash into the surface of the moon. This video might be a long video. You might skip to the end to see how the crashing looks. I'll show the entire process of how to go into a lower orbit and a higher orbit, and how to crash into the surface or get into the surface of the moon. A similar process will also be used when you try to land a rover or a space shuttle on moon. Instead of crashing into the moon, there we can use a parachute to land properly. Always remember, we cannot go perpendicularly up from the surface of the Earth. This is because this will consume way more fuel and we'll have to fight gravity. The best way is to take the shortest path and reach 50 kilometers from the surface of the Earth, and then try to reach an orbit. And then once we reach a lower Earth orbit, we can try to increase the orbit into a higher Earth orbit. This way it's easier and it saves fuel. As we are slowly going up, you can see I build the rocket slowly to the right. There's a lot of things in consideration here, such as gravity, atmospheric drag, and the amount of fuel left. In some time, I'll get rid of the fairings I have on my rocket to just help in the aerodynamic stability of the rocket, do not add as such. We also have to make sure the weight of a rocket is not too much, as that might eat up a lot of fuel. Keep that in mind while designing your own rocket and your trajectory. We have 20% fuel left, and I'll try to redirect some of the fuel from the mid section of the rocket towards the booster. There goes the fairings. Now we'll redirect some fuel from the mid to the booster. Once we reach 50 kilometers, then we'll stop the engines and let gravity take us towards the highest point. You can see here the fairings that are roaming freely. These will eventually fall off to the Earth. These here are RCS. RCS help in controlling the rocket even more minutely. We'll now get rid of all the excess fuel I have left in the boosters, as it's time to get rid of the boosters. The boosters are only helpful to escape Earth's atmosphere. Once we have done that, there is no need of the boosters and we can get rid of it. Now we shall get rid of the boosters. Once we reach the highest surface or the highest distance from the Earth, that is 50.8 kilometers, we shall boost in the direction of the orbit to make sure we get into the orbit of the Earth. We shall first get into a lower orbit and then try to get into a higher orbit. We'll turn the engines on when we reach the highest point. Now I've turned the engines back on. Make sure you have your rocket aligned in the direction of the trajectory. Now we have reached the lower Earth orbit. Now I'll accelerator time so that you can see how the rocket shall go on. The booster we got rid of adds to the pollution, which we call as space pollution or space debris. It's a huge problem, and various space agencies are trying to get rid of it. Now we are in a stable orbit around Earth. Now we'll try to increase the orbit and reach a higher orbit and eventually wait for the collision with Moon. The collision of the trajectory and eventually the collision of the rover with the Moon, as we're going to crash on Moon. I'll let you enjoy the footage right now, and I'll tell you more about the rocket when the time comes. As you see, when I boost the rocket in the direction of the orbit, the higher point of the orbit goes outwards. We make sure this is closer to the orbit of the Moon. To make sure I don't overshoot the orbit, I'm running my engines at 2.7% of the capacity. Now I'll fly to the highest point, that is at 18,867 kilometers, to make sure the other end or the lower end of the trajectory gets closer to the Moon. Once we find a trajectory that collides with the Moon, we'll get it on the screen. We can use the RCS to perfectly fine-tune the direction we are facing. RCS are usually low thrust engines which help in adjusting the rocket. We have now reached the higher Earth orbit. Now let's see if we can find a collision trajectory with the Moon. As you can see, when we boost, now you can see there's an encounter with the Moon as it is visible. I'm gonna accelerate the time so that we could speed up the process. The small sphere of white you can see around the Moon is the gravitational effect of the Moon. Once we encounter that, we can make sure a trajectory collides with the Moon and eventually crash into the Moon. We cannot use our engines here because this changes the trajectory completely. As you can see, we're slowly drifting towards the Moon and we encounter Moon. Now we'll very slowly use our RCS to make sure the trajectory collides into the Moon. As you can see, we are still in an orbit around the Earth and there's an escape that is written on the screen. This means if we continue on a path right now, we are going to escape from the field of Moon. To make sure we do not escape and eventually crash into the Moon, we use our RCS to slow our rocket down and collapse the trajectory into the Moon. We are still in an orbit around the Earth. Slowly but steadily, we are making sure our trajectory collides into the Moon. This is by slowing down a rocket using the RCS. You can see how the RCS works. We're still not in the trajectory of the Moon as there's still an escape right there. As you can see, slowly and slowly we're getting closer and closer to the Moon. By slowing down our rocket, we are indeed collapsing the trajectory to the Moon. Once the trajectory is linked to the Moon, we can directly crash into the Moon. The physics in this game is surprisingly similar to real physics. Of course, there's a lot more calculations and difficulties as goes into launching a real rocket. But if you want a game that is closest to the simulation of a spacecraft, this is the best game to go. It's called Space Flight Simulator. As you can see, our trajectory is getting closer and closer to the moon. Right now, the closest distance to the moon is 300 kilometers. We need to make sure the closest distance to the moon is the surface of the moon itself. And we do that by slowing our pace. It's 100 kilometers now. You can see a lot of different escape routes. Ignore that and make sure we crash into the moon. It's only 50 kilometers now. And in some time, we'll crash into the moon. Ideally, if you want to land onto the moon, you make sure you're facing the opposite direction or the rocket is pointing away from the moon, and you use a small landing engine while you get towards the moon, and then you pop the parachute. Popping the parachute is not even important as the atmosphere is really thin on the moon. You can simply use the landing engine and the landing gear to land on the moon. However, in this video we shall crash into the moon. I shall fast forward the video so that we can see how to crash into the moon. We are at 200 kilometers from the moon and we're going fast at 450 to 480 kilometers. You can see the moon right here and how tiny we actually are in the comparison to the atmosphere of the moon. And the entire universal comparison, we are nothing but a tiny speck of dust, even smaller than that. We're now 13 kilometers from the surface of the moon. Ideally, we should use a landing gear from now, but we are going to crash on the surface of the moon. We are now 5,000 meters from the surface of the moon. I'll detach the second stage of the rocket so that we can crash directly into the moon, and we crash. I hope you like the video. I shall bring more content. If you like the video, give this channel a subscribe and considering seeing all my other videos. Thank you and have a nice day.